Hello everyone, welcome back. So we are continuing with our holiday book reviews. This one's going to be a little bit different because this is kind of like a holiday multi-pack stories. It's one book that has 4 different stories by 4 different authors. They are in no way connected to each other. They're just short stories for the holidays. So that being said, let's get into it. So this book is On the Naughty List. And this is actually from St. Martin's Paperbacks, and it is the 2015 edition. I'm just going to give you the blurbs on the back and then go from there. So the first story is called Christmas Bonus. And it says, the workplace is heating up for the holidays when 2 co-workers who have kept the simmering desire between them at bay must plan the office holiday party together. But the closer they work, their passion can only be denied for so long. So basically, everyone in this company was surprised when the daughter of the owner of the company left the business to her and not his right-hand man. Come to find out, this young woman had had feelings for her father's business associate or business partner since she was in college. And when her father passed, he basically left the business to her so that she would have the opportunity to win this guy over. It's a short, sweet romance. There really is no major conflict. There's no major issue, and the two basically just decide they're going to be together. It's cute, it's sweet, it's nothing to write home about. I'd give it a 1.8 out of 5 stars. The next story is Naughty Under the Mistletoe. It says, forget decking the halls. When a no-nonsense lawyer decides to seduce her boss during the holiday season, she thinks she's coming out in the new year on top. But when she discovers her sultry hot encounter with her boss's twin brother, she got to keep her desire in line, if she's to achieve her goal. So basically, she's at the holiday party, and she kisses a man who she thinks is her boss, and then realizes it's actually her boss's twin brother. And she was kind of getting ready to leave the company anyways, so it's one of those things where it works out pretty quickly. There isn't a whole lot of conflict or anything. There is a misunderstanding in there, and she's getting ready to leave, but it's rectified like super quick. It's not, there isn't a whole lot of angst in this story. It was cute. I'd give it like a 1.9 out of 5 stars. The next one is Some Kind of Wonderful. It says, when 2 old friends, a pastry chef and a Marine Scout sniper grown distant, come home for the holidays, the plan is to meet for old times' sake, then split. But when they end up stranded together during a blizzard, the heat that blazes between them is enough to keep anyone warm on a cold winter night. And as the cold night gets darker, these friends to lovers will take Christmas from snowy to sexy. So basically, they're 2 friends. Obviously, they've been friends since childhood, and when he went to the military, they kind of grew apart, but they stayed in contact. She had intended to set him up with a friend of hers for the time that they were in town together, and she was surprised to realize that she actually had an attraction to him. He's a little surprised to realize he has an attraction to her. He doesn't really think he has a place in her life because he views himself as damaged from the things that he saw while overseas, and he sees her as this pure goodness. And they end up stranded at a cabin together when they're meant to be taking some holiday food to an older veteran who lives out in the middle of nowhere. And basically, he ends up getting visited by the ghost of the man who they were meant to be taking food to, because no one had realized that this man had passed as of yet. And basically, this man's ghost tells him, you know, don't turn out like me, take the opportunity to have happiness. And so there's a little element of like a Christmas Carol in there. It actually had more substance to it than the previous 2 stories. I enjoyed it a little bit more because of that, so I would give this one a 2.3 out of 5 stars. And the last story is Have Yourself a Curvy Little Christmas. This is Dinah Gregory's back in New York for the holidays with her curves kicking and her resolve in place. She's determined to find her young son's father, but when a Christmas miracle comes in the form of his smoking hot brother, Dinah is ready to take the holiday to a whole new level of fun. So basically, Dinah had a fling with the lead male's younger brother. When he found out that she was pregnant, he basically left. She wanted to be as independent as possible and not slink home to her family's help. There had been something of an issue between her and her sister previously, and she felt like she wouldn't be welcome with her family anymore, and she didn't want to turn to them after she had treated her stepsister so badly. So she decides to find the father of her child and demand that he do right by her and their son. Come to find out, he had passed in a car accident, and the baby's father's brother, or the baby's uncle, basically decides that he's going to take them in and take care of them. They each develop feelings for each other. He actually has some emotional things to work through of his own as well. He had been married, his wife had passed away, and so they each had some emotional things to work through. And it actually had quite a bit of story to it before any intimate, sexy times came into play. So I think it was probably the best written out of the three, although it did drag a little bit. So I'm going to give it a 2.2 out of 5 stars just because it did drag quite a bit. So the first 2 stories were really great, quick, sweet stories for if you're on the go or you just want something to read really quick before bed during the holidays. Because let's face it, you're not always going to have the opportunity to read an entire full-length novel during the holidays. You know, we got stuff going on, you know, meeting up with friends, having dinners with family, things like that, although maybe not so much this year. But all 4 of the stories do go kind of quick, even the one that drags a little bit, although the second 2 stories do have more storyline to them. They do have more character development to them, and I found them to be more enjoyable. So, you know, these cute little story packs, as I call them, they're not really story packs, but you know, they have multiple stories in them. I find them very helpful during the holidays when I want to make sure I get a nice read in, but I don't necessarily have the time, and I don't know if I'll finish them in time, you know, before the holidays. So these are fun, you know, they're short, they're quick, and they're a nice way to relax without having to worry about getting too engrossed while there's so much going on at holiday time. So even if you can't find one like this, I mean, you can usually find one similar to it at any store, whether it be a thrift store, a secondhand bookstore, grocery store, wherever. You can usually find something like this pretty much anywhere. And I found the stories in this one to be better developed than the infamous Spirit of the Season from Monday. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I don't know how review-like it was, considering it was a collection of short stories. I look forward to seeing you all next week. I think I'm going to have a reading vlog in there somewhere next week. I'm not entirely positive, but we're only going to do 2 videos next week because of the fact that Christmas is next week, and it's going to be a busy week for all of us. So, wow, I used the word week in that little paragraph a bit much. But anyways, I look forward to seeing you at the next review. You have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.